a servant who used to work with us, he came and abused me. And ऐसी गालियाँ दी जो मैं आपके सामने रिपीट भी नहीं करना चाहता हूँ. After landing in Bombay, it was again a problem. I couldn't find a house. तुम न जाने किसी जहां में खो गए, हम इतनी बड़ी दुनिया में तन्हा हो गए. Sholay, since release, has been creating history, and when it was released at Minerva Cinema in Bombay, in the beginning, the response was not that good, but it picked up very, very quickly, and it ran for 5 years in Minerva Cinema. And I may point out to you that on the front page of Times of India, they put a big photo and saying, don't you mistake that this is the release of Shan. Shan was to follow that day. But this is the last show here in... But this is at Minerva Cinema for the time being. So you see, after 5 years also, a paper like Times of India wrote and carried this picture, which gave us a lot of satisfaction. Now, to talk about Sholay and brilliant performances and all this thing, you all know it. I think you might have seen more than I have seen Sholay. So it's no use going to that. And we have all our friends here who will also talk. But I'll talk a little about myself also. Since I have got this opportunity, I don't want to miss also. You see, India's independence movement, you know, Mahatma Gandhi played a very, very big role. And the first public thing that he started was March on Dandi. Dandi is a village on seaside. And the purpose was that salt used to carry excise duty. He took it that salt is poor people's food, and that should be given to them free. And it generated lot of support and heat, and actually it was the forerunner of the movement for the liberation of India. And I was a very little kid, 10, 11 years old then, and I also wanted to participate. We got some salt. We couldn't go to Dandi. We got salt in where we were living, and I went to City Magistrate Court, and outside I shouted, "Dandi is salt, Dandi is salt." And lot of people came around, and City Magistrate called me in. He was also a Sindhi of my community. He said, "What are you doing? Please get out." I said, "Don't you realize that you are sitting here as a city magistrate? I have come to sell salt, and I will even sell to you." He got a little angry. So instead of sending me to jail for 3 months, he sent me for 6 months, for which I am grateful to him. Okay, that was a part of career, and then I was in Pakistan. I used to practice as a lawyer, and then I took to business, and I had very wonderful business in the main place in Karachi, Elphinstone Street, which was the center of business, and I had a huge concern there. And when Pakistan was declared and Karachi and Sindh, it became a part of Pakistan, then I had never could imagine that any such thing could happen. And a servant who used to work with us, he came and abused me. And ऐसी गालियाँ दी जो मैं आपके सामने रिपीट भी नहीं करना चाहता हूँ. तो I was wondering what should I do. And the other employees also, they were mostly Muslim. So I had to think what to do. I thought of one thing, that if you can't live with honor anywhere, it is better to go. So though loved this place very much, I decided to leave Karachi and took a steamer to Bombay. I had heard a lot of Bombay, and I thought the Bombay will be a wonderful place. After landing in Bombay, it was again a problem. I couldn't find a house. The controller of accommodation was there. Only he could allot even a room. So I landed in Bombay, and I was without any accommodation or anything. I saw a house in Kolaba on main causeway, which was more or less complete but not completed. So I approached the owner and asked him if he would sell it. He was very, very happy, and he jumped at the idea, and he said yes. So I bought the house from him and put an ad in Times of India, who were then very reluctant to take this ad also. But finally I persuaded them, and they took the ad, and I advertised houses for sale. And there were hardly 30, 40, 50 houses, and there was a crowd of 500 people. Everybody wanted accommodation. So they came, and we could only sell as many as could. And this is how the ownership business of this thing came into being for the first time in India, and maybe for the first time in the world. I do not know. But I'm sure it was in India, and it changed the shape of Bombay to a very, very great extent. So after doing that, I put up some, I'm taking a little more time, and I hope you will not excuse me. And I put a few more buildings, and lot of film people came to buy them and negotiated. And in doing so, they influenced me, why don't you join the movies? Why don't you make movies? First of all, I was very, very reluctant, but finally that I gave, and I started a picture, and my first picture was also appropriately named Saza. अभी ये सज़ा किसको मिल रही थी ये तो देखने का था, लेकिन I kept the name Saza and made it, and the picture was with Devanand and other artists, and cameraman was Jal Mistri, who had made Barsat, and then his brother was there also. And then when the picture was about to be complete, the music director told me, Sippy Saab, if you allow me, I will introduce a new songwriter. I said, Sachin Da, if you want to introduce a new songwriter, though we have our arrangement with Rajendra Krishnan, but still, I respect your decision and please do. And he says his name is a young boy and his name is Sahir Ludhianvi. It was the first time that he was writing a song, or the song that he wrote, तुम न जाने किसी जहां में खो गए, हम इतनी बड़ी दुनिया में तन्हा हो गए. So it was the introduction of Sahir Ludhianvi also, which gave me great pleasure. Now I come to Sholay, for which we have gathered here. I had my department of writers, Salim, Javed, at that time Gulzar also happened to be there, and we had a very wonderful thing to write stories and all this thing. And then the idea came, the suggestion came, why not to make an action picture? Okay, we said, for a change it is nice, and the suggestion was that we make 2 countries, and then finally we came down that dacoits are such a known institute in India, why not to have that background and make a movie on them?